It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 dig, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Gone tomorrow? I didn't take it. 10-4.
Okay, we have a race winner, Johnny Benson, and he drives the number 23 Toyota Tundra Toyota. Congratulations, Johnny, on the victory and also regaining the points lead in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. A hard-fought race. Your thoughts as you look back on it?
Well, looking back on it, it's pretty cool. But getting there was pretty tough. Trip Bruce and the guys, you know, they gave me a great truck to run well, and qualifying was probably a big key. I mean, that's I don't think I've ever qualified better than 17th here in the trucks, and so we were pretty excited to be able to start 5th and at least see the front at the start of the race. So, and I think that was probably key for us. Our truck was good, but it's so hard to pass. You know, the top 3, 4, 5 people, you know, all the way there, except for running out of the fuel aspect of it. That's where everybody was going to finish, and that shows you how tough it is to pass here. But you know, we did our pit strategy that we were looking at doing, and that was you know, coming in lap anywhere from 30 to 70, depending how the cautions flew. Coming to get 4 tires, fill her up of the old Sunoco fuel, and move on. So it was something that we didn't expect some of the guys to not put any tires on. That kind of threw us for a loop there. So we you know, we fell from 3rd back to 5th or 6th, and we were able to gain a couple of them back pretty quick. But Dennis runs around here pretty good. We followed him for a while, and we were able to get by. Kevin obviously runs really good here, and that took. He wasn't going to give me the bottom, so I tried the outside. I was actually impressed that it even remotely worked, but there was no doubt he wasn't going to give us the bottom. So we tried the top, got by, and then I was able to get you know, by Ron on the bottom. But we did have a pretty good race earlier on. Got alongside of him, but I couldn't complete the pass. He was still pretty good at that point in time, and I don't know if he was just starting to get. I don't know if he's getting loose or tight. He was doing a little bit of both, and then. Our truck stayed fairly consistent most of the race, and we were able to get by him there with about 40 or 50 to go. And it still wasn't easy, but it was sure nice not seeing anything in front of you.
All right, we'll take questions now for our race winner. We'll start over here.
Yeah, Dave Rodman, NASCAR.com. Johnny, considering the circumstances from the spring here, and now you're in this championship situation, how sweet is this win?
Well, we weren't going to win it in the spring, but second was sure looking pretty good. But you know, that it's one of those deals that you could go back and say, man, I wish I had those points back. But there's, you know, you could do that for every race that you go through except for the ones that you won. But it was very cool to be in victory lane here. I've run second a few times here, both in cup cars and then, of course, in the trucks here too. So it was it's really cool to get in a victory lane. This track's got such a rich history to it for, you know, many, many years. And you know, I've always kind of complained a little bit how people race here, but it's definitely a neat place to come. I think the fans see you know, a fairly decent race, and I'm hoping that truck race is pretty good for them. And it's very cool to be in victory lane for sure.
Go ahead, Reed.
Reed Spencer with Sporting News. Johnny, do you think it was the tires that made the difference there finally when you were finally able to get by him on lap 155? Well,
I'm sure it was. You know, I mean, 30 laps on a set of tires is a fair amount. You know, we saw some wear in practice this morning, but we were the first ones on the track. We didn't have any rubber in there, and it's pretty tough. But you know, Goodyear brought a great tire, and you could run out 200 on it. There was no doubt that you could run out 200 on it, but just how much were you going to fall off at the end? And you know, that may have been the difference. It may have not have. I don't know. I watched a lot of the Cup practice. I saw a lot of guys put new tires on there and run really fast for about 8 laps, and then all of a sudden they run about the same as they were. And I didn't get by those guys in those first 8 laps, so it was very difficult. But you know, like I say, Goodyear brought a great tire. You know, beat the sidewalls off of them pretty hard today with you know, all the bumping and banging that goes on here, and it ended up being obviously good for us. But I think that probably had some influence on us winning the race. Well, I was watching his line. You know, I was just watching a lot of different things, and you know, there's a lot of guys that get around here really good. But both Jeff and Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, and the 11, I mean, a lot of the guys get around this place incredibly well. And you know, I feel I get around here okay. But you know, if I could find something that somebody was doing that would help us out, that would be a positive. But I think probably what helped us most, trying to pass Kevin on the outside, give me a good indication what was good out there and what wasn't. And we were able to just move things around. When I felt the tires starting to go away a little bit, I put the lefts down in the gray and run. And then when I felt the rights starting to slick up, I'd just move up and put the lefts in the dark and the rights in the gray and just kind of move them around. And I saw some guys doing that today, whether that was intentional or not, but it helped out.
Take this guy, and then we'll go to David. Go.
Corey Buellen, WSYD Radio. Johnny, this win certainly gives you your team momentum heading into next week's race at Atlanta. What, if anything, do you take from this win to apply to next week's race?
Well, we're really not going to do anything different. Everybody keeps asking me what we're going to do different these last 4 or 5 races, and I said absolutely nothing. We're going to do the same things that we've done all season. That's got us to this point. And your goal is to go out there. My goal is to go out there and win the race. Some guys' goals are out there and lead every lap and win the race. All I care about is winning. I don't care if I lead 1 lap, 2 laps, 100 laps, 150 or 200 laps. All I want to do is win the race, and that's one, it pays the most money and it pays pretty good points. So and you get a cool trophy sometimes. I still want that clock. If it's gone, I'm taking it. But anyways, and that's our goal. Our goal is to win the race, and Ron led most laps, and of course, if he wouldn't have had his issues, we would have only gained 10 points, but I'd still rather win the race.
Go ahead, David.
Sort of dovetails in what I was going to ask you. You're sitting there and you passed Ron, and he's back there. They had 2 or 3 restarts. He had a chance to get you, held him off. Did you look up in the mirror and see him disappear? Did somebody tell you what was happening, or is that the kind of thing you don't want to know in a situation like this?
Well, Rocky's my spotter, and I've been with he spotted me for a good bit now. Whether in the Truck Series way before he spotted me, and other times. And I know just by how he talks what's happening and the things that he says. He doesn't say you're pulling away, but he'll tell you, that's a pretty good corner, this and that. When he starts to say certain things, I understand what's going on. But I do glance in the mirror, too. I don't stare in the mirror. My dad always told me, look where you're going, not where you've been. So I'll every once in a while glance back and just kind of see where I'm at. But, I mainly concentrate on just hitting my marks. I don't, I've raced so many years without mirrors and without radios that if they weren't in there, that would just be all the more better, but we do utilize them, but I don't utilize them all that much.
Take one more down here, and then we'll go upstairs, and then we'll come back down. Go ahead back there.
Yes, Adam Martin, WSYD Radio. Johnny, obviously the win today, the combination of that and Ron's finish really increases your chances of a championship. But what do you really expect out of the number 33 for the rest down the stretch?
They're going to win some more races, I can guarantee you that. They've been a tough team all year. We feel that we've been in the same boat as them. We've both won the same amount of races. We both have had problems. A couple of weeks ago at Vegas, we're leading the race and had a problem, and it took us out of the race. And today, Ron led a lot of laps, and then right at the end took him, their problems took them out too. It probably all evens out, hopefully, by the end of the season. But, anything can happen. We had 4 races ago, 119-point lead, fell all the way to 39 behind, and those things can happen, and they'll continue to happen. But, our team is confident. We're Tripp and all the guys are doing a tremendous job. So we're just going to go out and do the things that we know what to do and just carry on like we've been all season and let the mechanical problems fall where they're going to fall. We don't want them to, and you do everything you can to make sure they don't happen. But they're going to happen in this sport because you've got to put everything on the line to compete in these races. And if you have them, they're obviously devastated to you, or devastating to the points.